I was honestly really impressed when I tried these on. I wasn't expecting it to be this big. How I've not tried these sooner, but they actually are really, really nice. For some reason at the minute, like I'm really into Gymshark. That could be slightly embarrassing, couldn't it? I look a bit like a tent, don't I? But yeah, I just want to say like I'm wowed by these. I just don't think I'm gonna feel comfortable when training. I'll be too conscious. Do you agree with me or do you not agree with me? Welcome to another Gymshark haul. I am literally on the lookout to find my favorite pair of Gymshark leggings. I've done a few Gymshark reviews before on different leggings, different collections. So what I will do is I'll link those in my description as well. But in this video, we're going to review the new soft Sculpt leggings, which to be fair, has its own separate review video, but we are including them in this one. We are also going to be looking at the Legacy logo leggings, a pair of leggings that I've not ever tried before. These were actually recommended to me on YouTube from my other review videos, and this one lady was saying how these were her favorites. So I've got them to try for this haul. We've also got the Whitney Adapt Animal Print leggings, and I got them in the color black just because I found that the other colors like the blues and the pinks were just a little bit too out there for me. So we've gone safe and we've gone for the black pair of leggings. These are the 2.0 edition. Again, a pair of leggings that I've not actually tried before. And the only reason I've got these is because the price tag was a lot more than the other pair of leggings. So I was thinking, is there something like wow about these leggings? Who knows? But we've got them to give it a go. I think they were like £60. So we'll see what they look like on. But anyway, we're going to start off with the soft Sculpt collection because this is what I'm wearing now. So I've got this in the washed berry pink color, which I really, really do like. It's like a very neutral tone, but adds like a little bit of color, but still is very simplistic and nothing too crazy and out there. They've also got 5 different colors within this range, and I'll put those on my screen, but I only picked it up in this color. So we'll go through the product details anyway. So I went for the tank shelf top. Now this does have a built-in tank top to the top. However, it doesn't actually have like the cups, like removable cups. And that's something maybe I would have liked to have seen within the top, just to give it like that extra little bit of padding and to stop on colder days like feeling a little bit too exposed, if you know what I mean. But you do have really nice, comfortable, supportive straps, and they are adjustable as well, so you can adjust them to fit your body. You do have contouring details under the bust area, and it does actually go all the way around to the side of the top itself. It's not too high up under your armpits. It's not really digging in. Generally, I do have big lats, so I do find this area like a bit bulgy anyway, but that's just basically because I train back a lot. The material is really, really nice and comfortable. This top will be like a really good top for like yoga, Pilates, or just running errands or lounging around the house. It's really, really comfortable. I like how it's sort of like a regular length. The bottom of the top just comes down to just above my belly button, but when you've got the leggings on itself, like you've got no skin showing. And for some reason at the minute, I just like to have my stomach covered. And I do find with the tops that are coming out lately, like longer length, they're very fitted. So I do actually find that they shape your body a lot better as opposed to having like your skin exposed. I just find them a lot more comfortable. So moving on to the leggings then. So I was actually really, really impressed with these leggings. And for some reason, I don't know why, but they make your quads look really big. And I've not even trained like legs in a very, very long time, but I look like I've got like a big pump. Like I didn't realize how big my thighs were. You do have a rubber logo on the bottom of the top, and then you've also got a rubber logo at the top of the leggings itself. These are high-waisted just. I would say they're more on the higher end of mid-rise, lower end of high-rise. They come just above my belly button. You have a nice thick and compressive waistband. You've got a slight contour line at the top of the waistband and then sort of a ribbed effect. And this material of the waistband is a lot thicker than the leggings itself. The waistband almost feels like a little bit more cottony, whereas the rest of the leggings itself are like a real soft, buttery soft material. They are honestly so comfortable. Lengthwise, they fit really, really nicely at the bottom. You've got a seam going on the inside of of the leg, but there is no seam on the outside of the leg. What I do notice with Gymshark and the leggings which don't actually have scrunches is they can sometimes make your glutes look really, really flat. However, I was honestly really impressed when I tried these on because they're probably like the first pair of leggings that don't do that. So there's quite a lot of like material to play with. So you can kind of move the material to sit it like where you want it. On the glute area as well, it's got like a subtle line on the glute area to give it that slight separation, but there is no scrunch at all on these leggings. So as you can see, there's still a lot of stretch. So you can move these to basically where you want them to sit. But I find for Gymshark, for a non-scrunch pair of leggings, they do shape really, really nicely. I am very happy with these. I honestly really do like this new soft sculpt collection. They are also squat proof, and as I'm squatting, the waistband is literally not moving whatsoever. It stays exactly in place. So the leggings are really good as well if you want to do any stretching, yoga, Pilates, training. They literally are so versatile, I feel. There's also like no gaping on the waistband at the front or back. It's very compressive. It like sticks to your body. It's nice and flattering. And then obviously if you get the shelf top, you can cover the whole abdomen area. But they do also do like sports bra versions and then like this sort of off the shoulder top. But for some reason, I just wasn't feeling those. And I just wanted to go for a top that sort of covers everywhere up. But genuinely do love the new soft sculpt. I am very impressed. I've not really felt a material like this from Gymshark before. A pair of leggings really haven't fitted me this nicely before from Gymshark. So yeah, I'm very happy, and something that I will go and actually get in more colors because I do genuinely love this set. So let's move on now to the Legacy leggings. So the material for the Legacy are quite similar actually to the soft sculpt. I would say it's ever so slightly a little bit more thicker. It has more of like a cottony finish as opposed to more of a silky finish on the soft sculpt, but it is actually quite similar in terms of material. Obviously I've not tried these before, but they still are really silky smooth and really, really soft. On the soft sculpt, you do have a slightly more thicker cottony feel to the waistband, whereas I would say that the material for the Legacy is quite similar to the leggings itself. It is a little bit more thicker at the top, but not massively thicker. These are high-waisted, and then on the back you have the Gymshark fitness logo, and then you have a contouring detail that kind of goes into a triangle point into the glute area. These do have a scrunch on the glute area as well. It looks like they do also have a seam on the inside of the leg and the outside of the leg of these. You do have another contour line that curves up and then goes into the main seam, which then feeds into the scrunch itself. The logo is printed on. It's got a slight rubbery feel, but not this sort of like silicone-y feel that this logo has. This logo as well is like a little bit sticky. I'm not sure why. I will put my measurements and everything in my description, but everything that I've got, by the way, is in a size small. Genuinely, I am a size small. For the soft sculpt, if you're in between sizes, I would say you could probably get away with sizing down just because the material is quite stretchy, and we'll see what the fit's like when we put these ones on in a second. We also have the Legacy bra. You've got the logo printed at the front. There is no cups built in to this sports bra. You've got a thinner waistband at the bottom, and at the back you can kind of see like a thicker bit at the back, but that's more on the inside, whereas you can't really see that amount of thickness at the front of it. And then on the back, absolutely love this. You have a crisscross back design with a couple of straps going across the back. So really excited to try this sports bra out. I don't know why I've got this. This is the Legacy tank. It looks absolutely massive. I think it's meant to be like that oversized sort of fit, but I just wanted something to wear when I wanted to cover up but still have my shoulders out. I feel like this is going to cover quite a bit of my shoulders. I'm not sure what I'm going to think to this, but it is definitely definitely a very large top for a small. I wasn't expecting it to be this big. You've got a rib detail on the top of the neck area. You've got some contouring details down the side of the top and around the cutout bit of the top as well. You've got quite a big armhole. So this is going to come down like a little bit and have more of like a baggier effect. And then on the back, you again have some more contouring details around the arm area, and it looks quite long as well. It almost looks like a men's small as opposed to like a ladies small. But anyway, I'm gonna go put that set on now. Okay, so this is the legacy set. So again, another actually really nice set. These leggings are really comfortable as well. I don't know how I've not tried these sooner, but they actually are really, really nice. For some reason at the minute, like I'm really into Gymshark. Let's talk about this sports bra then, because I had to literally look to see if I had it on correctly, because it felt really weird and almost like this bottom bit kept rising up. It's almost like it didn't fit me, but I can't really pull it down anymore. But I felt like every time that I lift my arms, like this front bit is like coming up a bit. I don't know if maybe I should have maybe sized up and got a medium, because it was quite tight to get on. But I think I've got it on right. You're all going to be leaving me messages in the comments saying like you've got the straps on the wrong bit or something, or it's upside down. I think I put it on right. Anyway, love the colour. You got the logo at the front. There's no built-in cups, but I do actually feel like it has a good amount of coverage on the front area. And then on the back, I do genuinely love this back, but it does feel quite weird and uncomfortable. And almost I feel like the straps need to be a little bit longer, because as I mentioned, like this front bit like keeps like coming up. I just feel like I need a little bit more length in the straps, but maybe I just need to go up a size, because I do have like a big V back and big shoulders. So maybe for this, I should have maybe gone up to a medium. But genuinely speaking, like for back day, I think that'll look really nice. But yeah, I think I might swap it for a medium, because there's nothing worse than like doing a shoulder press and like your top's like just coming up and up and up. You know, that's not going to go down very well, is it? That could be slightly embarrassing, couldn't it? But generally speaking, it's a nice color, nice fit, just have got the wrong size. So if you do have maybe like a bigger back, size up. And maybe if you are bigger chested as well, probably size up as well. Anyway, moving on to the leggings. Okay, so these are what the leggings look like. Now, these sit a little bit more higher waisted than the soft sculpt, but not by a massive amount, but they do come up a little bit higher. You've got a seam that goes down the outside of the leggings, and then you've also got a seam that goes on the inside. You do have quite a longer length gusset area on the inside of the thighs. You've got a nice thick waistband. There's no rib detailing or anything on the waistband itself. You have contouring detail at the side of the leggings. I do feel actually that these leggings sit a little bit higher at the back, which is good, because when you're squatting, it means that you're not gonna come down and have underwear showing. So I actually like how they've done that like a little bit higher at the back. The seam here itself goes into a point and then into the scrunch. This is a very subtle scrunch as well, which I actually really do like. I think it does shape really, really nicely. It's nothing too crazy. These are also squat proof as well. There's no slipping on the waistband whatsoever. Like, they're not moving down. Very, very good for training, and I would say these are a very good pair of leggings for leg day. Lengthwise, they're a good length. There's not really a lot of scrunching at the bottom. I'm 5'4", so I'm small anyway, so I'm always going to get a little bit, but it's nothing like too crazy. Also love this blue color. I think it looks really, really nice as well. So yeah, I'm very happy with these. So yeah, I actually think these first two pairs of leggings, out of all of the review videos that I've done on like the Lift Seamless and the Adapt Safari, I can't even remember what else I've done, but I would actually say that these two pairs of leggings that I've just tried on are my favorites so far from Gymshark. This blue and this blue is, by the way, not matching. They're slightly different color blues, but I think for these new color that they've released in these leggings, they didn't actually have a matching top exactly for it, but I thought dark blue and light blue, it will still look all right. Okay, so we're just gonna quickly try this top on. I look a bit like a tent, don't I? I'm not too sure about this, guys. I actually look like I've just been, yeah. I'm not really feeling that this is doing much for me, to be fair. I think I prefer like the tighter fitted tops. I mean, this would be good like if you're really bloated, but I just, yeah, I still an oversized top. I don't know if it should look like this. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the sleeves. Let me know what you think to this. I really don't know. Can't comment. Not really sure. But yeah, it covers like the top of your shoulders, and I want my shoulders out to show off my shoulders because they look good when they've got a pump, and this is just going to cover it. So yeah, not sure. You've got the logo at the front. You've got quite a big drop down the side there. It's very baggy, oversized fit. This is a size small. Please feel free to add anything you wish in the comments on this top, but I'm just going to move on. Okay, so next up we're going to go through the Elevate leggings, and I've just put them on. I forgot to mention, as I've been going through the leggings, the compression seems to be getting tighter and tighter. So the Soft Sculpt were like the least compression, and then I would say that the Legacy had a slightly more compression, and these ones feel a little bit more compressive. They were a little bit harder to get on when I put them on, and they are still a size small. But these are high-waisted. They do come up over my belly button. You have a curved sort of stitching at the bottom of the waistband. You've got a rubber Gymshark logo at the side. You have a seam along the outside, a seam along the inside. This material is very, very silky. I would say it's a similar silkiness to the Soft Sculpt, but I do feel like these ones are actually a little bit thinner in material than the Soft Sculpt. There's no scrunch on these leggings. You do have a line that goes down into the glute area, but I don't really feel like it does much separation of the glutes. I do feel like as well underneath the glutes there's actually not that much compression. I do feel as well there's like a bit of fabric that's sort of like gathering underneath the glute area, and you've also got a bit of fabric like gathering here in the crotch area as well. I'm not entirely sure why these leggings are more expensive. I don't know if it's the material or what, but I do actually prefer the fit of the first two pair of leggings that I had on, the Legacy and the Soft Sculpt, as opposed to the Elevate. They're not an awful pair of leggings. I just think I do actually prefer the other ones. I do feel like they shape a lot better, the other two pairs, and they're quite similar like in terms of material and comfort. Anyway, these are squat proof. I don't feel like there's any slipping of this waistband either. Lengthwise, these do actually seem a little bit shorter in length. But yeah, I just wouldn't say like I'm wowed by these. Like I would still wear them. I just feel like I would probably gravitate more to the other pair, and the other two pairs are actually cheaper than the Elevate itself. So lastly then guys, we're gonna look at the Gymshark Adapt X Whitney leggings. I do have the Adapt Animal Safari, which by the way I thought I got exactly the same pair through, but I think the pattern is slightly different. Obviously I've not tried these on yet, so we'll see what the fit is like, but I just thought I'd give them a go because again it was another thing that was just blown up over my social media. I did actually really like the Adapt Safari. Not sure I like it as much as the first two pairs of leggings. I actually really do like them. I find them a lot more comfortable and still like that they sort of like shape you really nicely. But yes, you have a nice thick waistband. You've got your Gymshark white logo on the front. These do have a scrunch detail on there. It's a very small scrunch. It's not like a real thick scrunch like the Lift seamless leggings. And then you have, I don't really know how to, I think these are more like a snake skin print as opposed to like an animal print. I suppose a snake is still an animal, isn't it? But yeah, ever so slightly different in terms of pattern, but not like by a massive amount. So I'm not really sure why. I'm gonna go get my Adapt Safari. Right, I'm just gonna hold them closer. So there's slightly different patterns. This one here is the Adapt Safari, whereas this one is the Adapt Whitney. And I'm just gonna show you just so you can see like the difference in pattern. Okay, so the Whitney leggings I would say are ever so slightly thinner, not by a massive amount. The waistbands seem pretty much exactly the same length. They seem the same length in terms of length and cuffs. I feel like the Whitney leggings have more of like a shine to them, whereas the Adapt Safari is more matted. I think the Whitney leggings has a little bit less ribs, whereas the Safari leggings have a bit more ribbed details on the scrunch. I'm going to put them up next to each other And that one looks a bit more shinier as well. There's not really a massive difference, is there, in terms of the Adapt Safari and the Whitney ones? Apart from like the pattern is slightly different. I'm gonna go put these on anyway, and I do actually have a different top for the Whitney collection. This is the Adapt Safari minimal top. It's got a halter neck design. There's no built-in padding or built-in cups on this one. You've got the Gymshark white logo at the front. This strap here is not adjustable, and I do feel like it's got a little bit of gaping on my neck. I think if you have like a bigger bust, then it might fit around your neck a little bit better. I feel like it's like a mid-length top. You've got the same sort of safari print pattern on the top as you do the leggings. I do feel like this isn't going to be a very good top to train in, because as soon as you start doing like bent over rows or anything like that, it's got a big gape here. I think if you're more fuller in that area, it might not make a difference. However, if you are like a smaller chested person, then I would just be cautious of that. I do like the halter neck part and the length of it though, but yeah, I just don't think I'm gonna feel comfortable when training. I'll be too conscious about this area. So these ones are probably the thickest material out of everything. They have more of a cottony feel. They've got a tight compression on the quad area. I still would say that these are true to size. Once they're up, they're fine, but if you are in between sizes, I maybe would recommend sizing up. They are high-waisted. They come up over my belly button. You've got the Gymshark logo at the front. You've got a diamond shape gusset area. Lengthwise, again, they're really nice. I do feel like these ones are quite constricted, like you almost feel like they're gonna like rip when you sort of squat. I don't really feel like there is much movement in these as opposed to the other 3 pairs of leggings that I had on. And then you do have the scrunch at the back. It's not a massive scrunch, but you can see it a tiny bit at the top, but it's nothing too crazy. You can't see the scrunch as much on these ones as what you did on the lift seamless leggings anyway. So yeah, anyway, that's the Whitney leggings. I would say don't get these if you've already got the Animal Safari, because you're pretty much getting exactly the same pair of leggings as I have just experienced. But they do have some wacky colours in this, so if you're quite out there with your colours, like with your bright blues and your bright pinks, then I think you'll be able to see the difference in terms of the print itself. But because these are black, I still feel like it does pretty much look like the Adapt Safari. But that is that set anyway. Let me know what you think. They do actually shape your quads really nicely as well, these ones do, to be fair. But they do have a tighter compression everywhere, tighter compression on the glute area. If they're gonna have a scrunch, I'd probably like the scrunch to sit maybe more in the glute area, but most scrunch leggings, to be fair, you can see the scrunch. It's not always fully hidden. Anyway, guys, we've got there. I hope you have enjoyed this review video and I hope it has helped you. I really do like the Legacy leggings. I probably need to size up in the Legacy sports bra because that did keep riding up. I don't think the straps were long enough on the back, but that's just because I've got a big back. So I probably would go maybe up to a medium for that top. I do also really like the soft sculpt, like genuinely really do love that material, and I really do like the fit as well. So I would say they are my 2 favorites. The Whitney sets are okay, they're not awful. I would wear them, but I don't feel as comfortable in them. I do feel like they shape really nicely, don't get me wrong. This top is not very practical for training if you are a smaller chested person. Maybe I could have got an extra small and then that maybe would have been different. So maybe if you are a smaller chested person, maybe size down in this, because it actually is quite a nice top. It's just not very practical for training. Please let me know in the comments which outfit was your favorite, which gym leggings that you like, that you wear. Let me know if you want me to do any more different leggings. I mean, I've done quite a few now. I'm more than happy to do some more reviews for you guys, so just drop anything in the comments and also just let me know which set was your favorite. Do you agree with me or do you not agree with me? I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you have found this review video useful, please feel free to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It will help me so much and support me. I honestly put a lot of time and effort and money into these review videos just so you guys can have an unsponsored and honest review of the different products to help you guys save money, because I am very aware that gym items in general are just not cheap anymore, especially for these more popular brands. But I hope you have a wonderful day, guys, and I'll see you very soon in my next review video. Always hold you down in your heart.